A lot of people, when they start working with us, they see the most amount of results within their first 12 to 16 months. Now, after those 12 to 16 months of being consistent with your workouts and you're getting better with your nutrition, you're going to find that you hit a plateau. And so on today's video, I'm going to help you to break through the plateau in 2 simple formats. So stay tuned. Now, the 2 simple methods that you're going to start ramping up is going to be one of 2 things. 1 is your workouts. 2 is going to be your nutrition. So let's start with the workouts. So we got our workouts is the main target, okay? Now, in a belly burn challenge, we always get everybody to track how many workouts that they do in a week. So let's say that you get 10 workouts, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna increase the volume, okay? So what does that mean? If you did 10 workouts on the blue, week number 1, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna aim for 11. This small, simple change is gonna result in small changes, but small changes over time, they all add up. The second thing is you guys should be tracking your steps. So if your steps, you're always constantly getting 10K, guess what we're gonna do the next day or the next week? We're gonna go to 11K. Again, small changes, they're gonna make big improvements. The second is intensity. So if you have a good watch, then what you wanna do is track the amount of active calories that you burn each day. And again, this has to happen at the end of the day. So you report today what you did yesterday. So let's say on a Monday, you burned 400 active calories. Your goal for this upcoming Monday is to beat it by 10%, okay? The reason why I use a percentage is because everybody burns a different amount of active calories. So if I put 100 active calories, beat it by 100 active calories. Some people burn 100 active calories just going for a light jog. So 10% is your goal. So if you burn 400 active calories on Monday, then your goal for next Monday is to beat it by 10%. The second part of this is your nutrition. And honestly, at this point, if you're currently working out, you're consistent, you have no issues with working out, your intensity is good, your movement is good, and the volume of workouts is good, the easiest way to drop more weight and drop more fat is through nutrition. And so this starts with one less thing, okay? Now, I go to Watt Street Bistro. One of my favorite meals there is the Fit Club Special, 24B. Now, with the 24B, you get not 1, not 2, but 3 egg rolls, okay? It was designed because I absolutely love egg rolls, so they usually give you 2. In the Fit Club Special, you get the hearty meal, which is a 3rd egg roll. So what does that mean? You go for 1 less thing. So instead of eating all 3 in one sitting, you now go down to 2. You see what I'm saying? If there's something in your life, like let's say potato chips, and you're doing good, you're tracking your food, and you allow yourself 14 potato chips every single night, we go from 14 down to 10. And so that's 1 less thing. 1 less egg roll is about 150 calories. Now think back to your last workout. How hard is it to burn 150 calories in one workout? It's impossible for most people. But if you went from 3 egg rolls down to 2, there's your 150 calories. You see what I'm saying? Okay. The second part is that you decrease your calories. Okay. So let's say that right now you're tracking your food and everything is on point, right? You're allowed 1,500 calories on the day. The next week, you notice that you've hit a weight loss plateau. So that means that you haven't lost any weight, you haven't gained any weight, you've stayed the same. So you've found the perfect maintenance calories. So instead of going 1,500 calories every single day, we make a small change. Just like the workouts, a small change goes a long way. So what I would tell you is to decrease it each day by 100 calories. You're gonna decrease it by 100 calories. So we'd go from 1,500 calories down to 1,400 calories. Now the assessment tool that I use for our clients is a scale rating. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1 means that you're absolutely full. If you're full, we have to drop those more. If you're okay and you've decreased the calories, that means we keep going. But if you're starving, then this 100 calories is way too much. Okay, so that's the assessment tool that'll work with when we're decreasing overall calories on the overall week. But you got to understand, by decreasing your calories by 100 calories once per day over 7 days, you're not going to see the movement until at least 7 days of being consistent in this caloric deficit. So cutting by 100 calories one day isn't going to make a big difference, okay? But cutting 100 calories over the course of 7 days, that's a 700 caloric deficit. Guess what? You're going to see small change. And a half a pound to 1 pound of fat and weight is your ultimate goal. Now, the last way, which is worst case scenario, and you have to be trained in it. Otherwise, you're going to do this completely wrong. You're going to hate it. And you're going to go from a fast to a feast. Okay. I don't want you going from a fast to a feast. It's got to be properly planned under the proper supervision of a belly burn coach. And you have to have the right mindset of knowing exactly what you're doing. And that's where you drop a day. Drop a day. Okay. So usually this is a 24-hour fast. Okay. So for one day, if you're normally eating 1,500 calories, that 1,500 calories for one day is an immediate caloric deficit. So if you did a 24-hour fast starting Sunday at 7 p.m. and then you don't eat until the next day, I guarantee you that you're not going to actually be able to eat 1,500 calories between 7 p.m. and by the time you go to bed. So you're actually probably going to be more into let's say, another 1,000 calories. You might be able to get 500 calories. So look at that. You're looking at a 2,500 caloric deficit. Now, if you know anything about weight loss and fat loss, it takes 3,500 caloric deficit for you to drop 1 pound of fat. So right here, we're 1,000 calories away from shredding 1 pound. Now, if you drop a day, don't expect to see the results happen the very next day because your body might retain a little bit more fluids because the fat, as it shrinks, it always wants to stay balanced. So your body fat might be dropping. So if this is your body fat, get rid of this. You better take a screenshot. All right, so we're gonna get rid of this. And if you look at a fat cell, okay? Now your body never wants to be it never wants to drop too much weight. It never wants to drop too much fat. It never wants to put on too much muscle too fast. So what ends up happening is you have fat cells, okay? So let's say these are your fat cells, okay? They always want to stay this size, okay? Now what ends up happening is the fat cell content inside of it, what happens is it goes down here, okay? Now let's say this is the fat, okay? This is the fat inside of the fat cell. You see this open space here? Your body wants to maintain this gap, okay? It wants to maintain this space temporarily until it says, hey, this is my new normal. Let's shrink the fat cells down to where we only cover up the fat. What ends up happening is water, H2O, goes inside here to make the fat feel the same. So you might be the exact same weight temporarily. But on the scale and, the way that you're thinking that you did a 24-hour fast and you got no results. The simple science behind losing weight and fat is being in a caloric deficit. That's it. Go look up any guru and they'll tell you the exact same thing. And so what happens temporarily, the fat shrinks because it got used as energy, but the space between the fat and the fat cell has now been filled with fluid. And so you're going to stay the same, but you do this over the course of 7 days. Eat your minus 100 calorie deficit plus your 24-hour fast. That is minus 1 to 2 pounds per week. So there we have it, guys. That's your ultimate. Rewatch this video, take notes. If you guys need any assistance with your nutrition, we got the next belly burn coming up. Send us an email, north@fitclub.fit. Get yourself into the right zone. Get the proper coaching, get the right guidance, get the accountability. Nutrition might not be where you're at yet. Honestly, I would say the very first thing, if you aren't currently working out, is to shoot us a text, okay? 204-813-9113. And it all starts with the 5 days for $5.